It's just been scientifically proven that barrettes are dangerous. So are bracelets and bric-a-brac. It's a fact. And don't be fooled by thick-necked macho men who pretend that girl stuff is boring or frivolous, because that's just an act. As soon as you ask that guy to hold your purse for a minute, he will start to squirm, as if your handbag were full of worms, as he holds it as far away from his body as physically possible. Because girl stuff is made with the gender equivalent of kryptonite. According to the International Journal of Transgenderism, over 12,000 sex reassignment surgeries have been performed in the past 2 years, and an estimated 15,000 more people are living as transgendered without ever having sex reassignment surgery, most of them male to female transitioners. Yet due to fear and prejudice, women's festivals and women's only spaces often exclude trans women, with policies that state women born women only, please. Today, we explore transgenderism through the work of these excluded trans women, defending their status as women and as people. From Julia Serano's prose, The Whipping Girl, her spoken word, Cocky, and with poetry by Linelle, I present Girl Stuff. Girl stuff is dangerous, and I should know because I'm a secret double agent. See, I lived as a boy for most of my life, and I have insider information straight out of men's locker rooms and college dorms. Hell, I even went to a bachelor party once, so I know this stuff firsthand. Who am I? I am love. I am not Monique or Desdemona, but the spirit that unites the two, or when I'm feeling possessive, I'm the force that separates them. I am love. Will you love? Will you love me in the middle if my middle's undefined, my palms too smooth to hold on to you, my hand, between both of us? Will you love me when I'm sitting and no one's looking up to me, when I'm not moving like sex, when I move beyond sex, when I'm not moving at all, when I'm waiting, just waiting, waiting, so love me. When I'm streaming in between gender extremes and behavior roles, my penis too small to penetrate, my Lilith too present to submit. We're often told that we're living in a man's world, and in this culture, no image represents power more than the phallic symbol. And if the penis represents power, then I am illegally armed, and my body full of freckles and feminine curves is like a stealth bomber. I fly just under everyone's radar, but only because they choose not to see me. Only because nobody wants to believe that a sweet, petite, blue-eyed girl like me could ever possibly be packing heat. They say it's not the size of the wand, but the magic that it does. Well, after many months on estrogen, my penis is pretty darn small. But she has supernatural powers. She's like some pissed off ancient Greek goddess. My penis changes the meanings of everything. And because of her, every single one of my heterosexual ex-girlfriends has slept with a lesbian. And every guy who hits on me these days could be accused of being gay. Because my penis bends everyone who's straight, and she could make the most entitled catcallers and womanizers scurry away with their tails between their legs, all because of 6 small words. I used to be a man. And being a transsexual, I realize that most people see my femaleness as a facade, as an elaborate hoax. But I am more real than any of them could ever hope to be. I am real because unlike them, my gender is not based upon what other people think of me, and that may make me an object of ridicule, but I am not the butt of anyone's jokes. Because I know that people make fun of trannies because we are the one thing they fear the most. I am more badass than any gangster, more dangerous than the entire Marine Corps. My penis is more powerful than the ones of a million alpha males all put together. Because when a man is defined as that which is not female, and a woman is defined as that which is not male, then I am the loose thread that unravels the gender of everyone around me. They say it's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean. Well, my penis gives most people seasickness. She makes them dizzy. Because most people are not secure enough in their own masculinity or femininity to survive a night in the sack with me. My penis turns simple sexual pleasures into political acts. She turns biological impossibilities into cold hard facts. She keeps my middle undefined. Will you love her? If not, I suppose I can be anything you want me to be. I can adapt to the obtrusive habitat of your perceptions, build a home out of your expectations. I can apply your wet dreams onto my soma like lotion and let them seep. Let them seep deep into my holes. Unhold, I can fall in love or sleep the night away next to you, stinking of your supernatural or subhuman superimposition. I can envision my reflection as the imitation of what you think you see on my face, or I can be erased and resketched, a bit more European, more aesthetically pleasing, Michelangelo's view, in two-dimensional portrait modeled after me by you as me by you. But in this present state of pre-recreation, I am neither either nor or. I am the thick line you choose to walk on, in between. I am my father's name, spelling altered so as to suit my anatomy. Am I my designation? Or my body? If I decide to be indecisive, have I made a decision? If I decide to let you decide, am I coughing out or being God? Which God was it who said, I can be anything you want me to be. I can adapt to the obtrusive habitat of your perception, build a heaven out of your expectations of me, and you can worship your own ideas of me to worship me. You can have conversations with me by prayer and bless, thank, and forgive yourselves in me by you. Write my holy book about me by you and say I spoke through you, I can live through you, I am you. Which God was that? But will you love me in the middle, regardless of my middle? It's just me in the middle. Will you embrace the confusion of my yin and yang infusion, disregard the illusion, and see me? I am as complicated as the universe, and as gray as a hermaphrodite, as gray as love. And so, when I walk back to my car, I'll be holding my breath, half expecting that inevitable blow to the head. And sometimes I wonder why it hasn't happened yet. And sometimes I wonder why they don't just get it over with. And sometimes I just wish I was dead. I wish I was dead. See, I never wanted to be dangerous. And I spent most of my life wishing I didn't have a penis. And I used to hate my body for not making sense to me. And these days, I hate it for being so in between. And some days I can barely get out of bed because my body is so weighed down with ugly meanings that my culture has dumped all over me. See, I've been made to feel shame and self-loathing so that everyone else can take comfort in what their bodies need. And if I seem a bit cocky, it's because I refuse to make apologies for my body anymore. I am through being the human sacrifice offered up to appease other people's gender issues. Some women have a penis, some men don't, and the rest of the world is just going to have to get the fuck over it. And if I'm destined to be the loose thread that unravels the gender of everyone around me, then I'm going to pull and pull and pull and pull until everyone is exposed, until they all finally see that all along they were merely wearing the emperor's new clothes. And I know that people don't like it when I turn the tables on them, but what the hell else am I supposed to do? Play a hand that was dealt from a deck of cards that was stacked against me from the beginning? And if I seem a bit cocky, it's because I've spent my entire life being backed into a corner and like a frightened animal pumped full of adrenaline and sick of hunger and hiding, I'm finally desperate enough to come out fighting. Oh shit. Did I get it?